What? Peace up, YouTube. Peace up. Peace up. Peace up. Sup. What's up? Alright, I finally have a day where I'm home alone. Awesome. I'm usually out and about and whatnot, but I am home now because I got an early shift and it sucked. I hope your day's going better than mine. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I said I was going to talk about school this time, so that's a cat. Oh my god, what are you doing? Stop. My cat's insane. Anyway, so I said I was going to talk about school. And let's see what the comment exactly was. Let's see. Maybe this is from Xojkx. I'm not even gonna ask what that stands for. Maybe do a video on school. I do make references to school often, because I am in school. Main focus, go all out on homework instructions, classmates, etc. Yeah, homework. Fucking homework. But seriously, I'm in university. I'm in creative writing. That is my major. Kind of minoring in Japanese, sort of. Yes, kind of. I'm really bad at it, but I'm going into third year soon. Well, it'll be my third year, but I'm more so still like halfway through second year in ways of like what courses I'm taking. Because I can't take more than 3 classes per semester. It's a nightmare. I don't understand. I hear people say how they take like 4 or 5 classes in one semester, and I'm like, how do you like wake up in the morning? That sounds ridiculous. Ever since high school, I've hated school. I like learning. I like learning new things and stuff, but I hate school itself because all you're expected to do is sit there and listen to somebody drone on about something and read a textbook when you get home, which sucks because I'm a hands-on learner. I'd rather go do something instead of sit there and read about it, which I think is how a lot of people are, and that's why there's so much noise about how sorry, turn on music. A lot of people say that nobody likes how school is right now, at least here in America, and there is potential for change, but at the same time, I know that all the elementary and high school teachers are all on strike right now. They've been on strike for 3 years. Well, not on strike, but they weren't on a contract or whatever. So shit's going down, so there's not much really going on for students right now. In ways of university, I still hate school. I hate it all. I get the rare good professor that is passionate about their topic, so I get involved in it because, you know, I like talking to them about it. But more so, I just hate it because for a degree, you have to take other classes that aren't necessarily related to your major, which is cool because they want you to like learn not just what you're focused on. You got to learn about other things, but at the same time, there's a lot of classes that bring down my GPA because they're just either so not interesting or useless, or the professor's so fucking awful that he talks about his family more than his actual topic, which I have had. And it doesn't help. I kind of go to it's called a university, but it acts like a college. Anyone that lives in the area will probably know what I'm talking about just by if they've been to it, but I'm not going to say which one. But I go, it's it feels like high school in the sense that like all the classes are still small, and you can't like it's really easy to go talk to, well, depending on the professor, but usually you can get time with your professor. It's not like there's 100 kids to one person kind of thing, but it made the transition easier for me. I think I wasn't ready to go to like a big university, but at the same time, it's kind of a really shit school. And because it's a smaller school, I mean, it's a lot easier to get into this university than it would be any other like big university. It's just so a lot of the, I don't want to say riffraff because that's not the way to explain it, but there is a lot of unmotivated people there. I more than once have wanted to slap my classmates because I just hate how they're so, I don't know, anyone that's been in a group project and you could be like totally into the project and everything like that, but then they're all like, ugh, I have to take this class, whatever. It's like, what the fuck? Even for classes that there's group projects that I'm not all that into either, I still get involved in the group projects because if I don't do my part, I'm kind of screwing over the rest of the group, and I hate to be that kind of person. So even if it's like I always get really good marks on group projects because I care about other people, even though some of them can be assholes. I'll still put the effort in, so I'm not one of those people. Unfortunately, a lot of people like to take advantage of that type of person. Great. I think the main reason I come across a lot of people like this is because of the school I'm at. It's a lot of people who just didn't get like the awesome high grades for the bigger universities end up at this school, and I just don't like it. I hate it so much. Basically I don't want to be in school. It's not my thing. It's not like I'm dedicated to a topic where you actually need to sit down. Like at least with sciences, there's facts you need to learn, and you actually really need to study for that kind of thing. Creative writing, yes, there is kind of thing. Actually, my creative writing class is very painful to be in. No offense to any of, well, actually, no, maybe offense to a couple of them, but there were some people I workshopped with because that's essentially what creative writing is. You write your stuff, people workshop it, you just improve and that kind of thing. There's not too much they can really like say this is what you have to learn because that's not necessarily the case for because there's so many different things. But anyway, but there were some people that didn't seem to know basic English, and these were people, they weren't ESL students, they were like English and it was their first language and or only language. And there was this one girl, she didn't know how to what's the word, indent paragraphs, like the tab button on your keyboard. She didn't know what that was at all. Maybe for some people that's just not necessary for something for them to know. I think it kind of is. I haven't come across a situation where, I mean, it was completely unnecessary. It's like maybe poetry. I hate poetry. But I was reading her short story and like everything was lined up along the edge. And I'm like, where's your paragraphs? And she's like, well, okay, like she would start new lines and stuff, but there was no indentations. I'm like, well, do you know how? And she's like, I don't even know what that is. I'm like, do you read books? She's like, yeah, I read lots of books. I'm like, you know how the line always starts like an inch into the page, half an inch into the page? She's like, yeah, that's an indent. Really? I didn't know that. How do you not know what an indent is? How did you get through high school without knowing that? That seems like a pretty significant thing to know for any form of writing at all. How did you get into university without knowing that? If any of you are watching this, if you're in high school still and you think you know stupid people, wait till you get to university because people seem a lot stupider there. Wow, I'm getting so angry as I'm talking about this. But I've come across, I don't know, maybe it's just people are lazy or they don't care or they just, I don't know. But I've come across so many people that it's just like, why the hell are you here? Or how did you get here? That's the better question. How did you get here? Because it's amazing the level of stupidity you see in people in university. And it's really hard to find good professors. I know that my school specifically, one of my professors told me that they do this thing where a good portion of the staff are actually mostly part-time, whereas then they don't keep all the professors throughout the year. They only, like, a professor can only get like one semester to teach, which is kind of rotten because they don't have to pay them as much. That's just the university being greedy. But so some of the good professors that I've had, I can't get back because they're only teaching one class and that's it. Or, oh yeah, and all the bad teachers, you can't really do much about. We have these stupid appraisals that you do at the end of the semester. You don't have to do them, but they send you like 1,000 emails to remind you to do them. And every time I have a good teacher, I'm honest, I'm like, yeah, you're awesome and everything like that. Every time I have a bad teacher, me being me, I'm a little mean with them, but I try my best to not sound just like a spoiled brat that got a bad grade. It's not because I get a bad grade, it's because they're bad teachers.